Sales Insight Shorties. Brought to you by Fused.
Why 79% of marketing leads never convert. Your marketing and sales teams are both hitting their individual numbers, but your pipeline is still bleeding money, and you're probably blaming the wrong thing. Here's what Jennifer, a VP of sales at a B2B SaaS company, told us. Marketing gives us a hot lead on Monday afternoon. Our rep finally calls them Thursday morning, and the prospect says they already chose a competitor on Wednesday. We're losing deals we should be winning because I let my teams work in silos. Our analysis of 160,000 plus revenue professionals shows that 79% of lead conversion failures aren't a lead quality problem. They're a handoff coordination problem. You're letting a 72-hour information gap cost your company millions. Most revenue teams assume lead quality determines conversion rates because that's what their monthly dashboard reviews focus on. Here's what actually happens in the critical 72-hour handoff window. Marketing has a 20-minute conversation about implementation timeline concerns, but the handoff note in your CRM just says interested in demo. Your sales rep calls about features, the prospect is thinking about implementation complexity, and the conversation goes nowhere fast. Turns out, the breakdown happens in 3 predictable moments. Your sales rep doesn't understand what the prospect actually discussed with marketing, expectations about next steps aren't aligned between teams, and follow-up timing gets lost in CRM task queues. Here's the coordination gap. Sales operations has response time data showing 72-hour delays. Marketing operations has conversation intelligence showing specific concerns, but execution happens in complete isolation. Teams missing this cross-functional coordination typically leave 25 to 40% higher conversion rates on the table every quarter. Here's what revenue teams that solve this actually do. They fix the handoff process instead of debating lead scoring methodologies. When Mike's team at a growth stage tech company had this same problem, they created a simple 3-question handoff process that takes 90 seconds per lead. First, marketing documents 3 specific things: the exact challenge the prospect mentioned, their stated timeline, and who else is involved in their decision. Second, sales operations sends this context to the rep within 4 hours, with a suggested talk track based on the challenge. Third, the rep follows up within 24 hours referencing the specific challenge discussed, not generic follow-up language. Teams implementing this coordinated handoff approach typically see 25 to 40% higher lead conversion within 90 days. This works because while competitors waste months optimizing attribution models, these teams capture immediate gains by fixing where deals actually break down daily, in the handoff moment when prospects feel like sales doesn't understand their situation. Here's exactly how to implement this starting tomorrow. First, right now, pull your last 10 unconverted leads from your CRM and ask this diagnostic question. Did the sales rep reference the specific challenge the prospect discussed with marketing? If the answer is no more than 3 times, you have a context transfer problem that's killing deals today. Second, create this simple handoff template in your CRM. Marketing fills out 3 fields for every qualified lead: specific challenge mentioned, timeline they're working toward, and other stakeholders involved. Sales operations gets notified within 4 hours and adds a suggested opening line. Third, train your reps to use this 24-hour response script. Hi Sarah, I understand from your conversation with Jennifer in marketing that you're dealing with complex implementation challenge. Here's how we typically help companies solve that exact issue in a 60-day rollout window. Test this 3-question handoff process with your next 5 leads and comment your conversion improvement. What's the biggest disconnect you discovered between marketing conversations and sales follow-up? Share it in the comments. Let's solve it together. Want to discuss how this applies to your specific handoff challenges? Link on description for a direct conversation. Everything you need to implement is in this video.